Once upon a time, there was a rich merchant who lived in a beautiful house with a colorful garden. The sun shone warmly, and flowers bloomed everywhere. The merchant was a kind and gentle man. He loved his family very much and always tried to make them happy. He had 3 daughters. The 2 oldest, Marigold and Dresselinda, loved fancy clothes and sparkling jewels. They were always showing off their dresses. Marigold loved her golden pink gown. She would stand in front of the mirror, twirling and admiring herself proudly. Dresselinda loved her sparkling jewelry. She would hold her necklaces and rings and say, "Mine is the most beautiful." The youngest daughter, Beauty, was very different. She loved reading books quietly and learning about the world. Beauty also loved helping her family and taking care of the garden. She watered the flowers and smiled at the butterflies flying by. She helped her father with chores around the house. She was always kind and thoughtful, making everyone feel happy. While Beauty read peacefully, her older sisters often argued about who had the best clothes and jewelry. But Beauty stayed calm and gentle. Even though her sisters were dramatic, the family loved each other. Sometimes, they all posed together for happy family moments. Beauty was known for her kind heart. She always smiled warmly and cared for everyone around her. Their home was cozy and welcoming, filled with warmth, books, and beautiful flowers, making it a happy place for the family. One day, the merchant received terrible news. His ships were lost at sea, and all the treasures were gone. He felt very worried. The merchant shared the sad news with his daughters. Marigold and Dresselinda were shocked and upset. Beauty stayed calm and kind, trying to comfort them. The family had no choice but to leave their big house. They moved to a small, humble cottage in the countryside. It was a big change for everyone. Marigold looked around and complained, "This cottage is too small." She missed their old life of luxury. Dresselinda also frowned and said, "I can't live here." She was unhappy with their new home. But Beauty smiled gently and said, "Don't worry. We will be happy together." Her calm kindness made everyone feel a little better. The family began to settle into their cottage. Even though life was harder, they stayed together and helped each other. One day, the merchant heard that one of his ships might have returned. He asked his daughters what gifts they would like him to bring from the city. Marigold, the eldest, exclaimed, "Bring me a golden necklace." She loved shiny jewels and beautiful things. Dresselinda, the second sister, said proudly, "Bring me a sparkling gown." She wanted the finest clothes for herself. Beauty, the youngest, smiled gently and said, "I only want a single rose." She was simple and kind-hearted. The merchant set off for the city early the next morning, carrying a small satchel. He waved goodbye to his daughters and walked down the path with hope in his heart. He walked through the forest, surrounded by tall trees and the soft glow of sunset. His mind was filled with thoughts of his daughters. At last, the merchant reached the city gate. He looked at the busy streets and the tall walls, hopeful that he could find his ship and the treasures. He hurried to the harbor and searched for his ship among all the others. But it was nowhere to be found. His heart sank. Finally, he learned the ship had been lost at sea. All the treasures were gone. The merchant felt very sad and disappointed. With a heavy heart, the merchant began the long journey back home, walking slowly through the forest as the sun set behind the trees. As he neared the small cottage, he looked tired and weary. He wondered how he would face his daughters and tell them the sad news. The merchant finally entered the cottage, sad and exhausted. Beauty smiled gently at him, while Marigold and Dresselinda looked worried. At night, the merchant walked carefully through the dark forest. He felt nervous but hopeful as he carried his small satchel. Suddenly, he saw a bright, magical light shining between the trees. What could that be? He wondered, his eyes wide with curiosity. The merchant followed the glowing light and soon found himself standing before a magnificent palace. Golden towers sparkled in the night, and magical vines glowed softly. He could hardly believe his eyes.
Who lives here? It's beautiful.
Cautiously, he stepped inside the palace hall. Walking into the garden, the merchant noticed a single red rose glowing in the moonlight. It was the most beautiful flower he had ever seen. Suddenly, a loud roar echoed through the garden. A towering beast appeared with two curved horns crowning his head.
Who took my rose?
The merchant trembled and raised his hands in fear.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
The beast glared at the merchant.
One of your daughters must come here in your place.
The merchant's heart sank. He had no choice but to obey. The merchant stepped back, shocked and worried. He thought of his daughters. How would he tell them that one of them must go to the beast? The beast roared again, his claws raised. The merchant felt small and powerless in front of such a powerful creature. Finally, the merchant nodded quickly, pleading for mercy.
I understand. Please spare me.
With a heavy heart, the merchant turned and walked back through the forest, leaving the glowing palace behind. He thought of his daughters and wondered who would go to the beast. Beauty took a deep breath and looked at her father. I will go. I must help father, she said bravely. She gently held his hands and smiled. Don't be afraid, father. I promise to be careful, she said. The merchant nodded, feeling both sadness and hope. Beauty picked up a glowing lantern and got ready for the journey. She stepped outside into the cool night, ready to walk through the forest. Beauty moved carefully along the dark forest path. The lantern's light danced on the trees and mist. Fireflies hovered around her, guiding her forward. Suddenly, a distant roar echoed through the trees. Beauty's heart skipped a beat, but she hugged her lantern tight and kept walking, determined to reach the palace. Through the trees, she saw a golden glow. The palace shimmered in the mist. Beauty walked through the forest, holding her lantern, and saw the glowing palace in the distance. The beast appeared at the palace gate and welcomed Beauty kindly. Beauty walked through the grand hall, amazed by the sparkling chandeliers and golden decorations. She stepped into the magical garden, filled with glowing flowers and gentle fountains. Beauty admired the colorful fountains and magical flowers, feeling wonder and delight. Beauty and the Beast stood together in the garden, enjoying the beauty and magic around them. The Beast watched Beauty quietly from behind a pillar, admiring her gentle nature as she explored the palace garden. The Beast carefully arranged a delicious meal in the palace kitchen, hoping Beauty would enjoy it. Shyly, the Beast carried a bouquet of glowing flowers to Beauty, holding it gently in his large hands. Beauty wandered through the grand library, reaching for a book, while the Beast watched from a distance with a kind, hopeful gaze. At night, the Beast sat alone in the library, feeling lonely and wishing Beauty would stay longer in the palace. The Beast quietly placed a tray of food and flowers at Beauty's door, showing his care without being seen. Beauty discovered the thoughtful gifts, smiling warmly and feeling touched by the Beast's kindness. Beauty explored the palace every day. She wandered through the big library, looking at all the colorful books, while the Beast watched quietly from afar. She sat on a window seat, reading stories with playful cats jumping around her feet, and the Beast smiled gently. She visited the music room, amazed by the golden instruments, while the Beast watched kindly from the doorway. The little cats played around her, making her laugh, and the Beast felt happy seeing her joy. One day, the Beast asked if she would stay in the palace. Beauty smiled, touched by his kindness, but she still missed her family. Sometimes, the Beast felt very sad and lonely. He sat alone on a stone bench in the palace garden, his head lowered and heart heavy, wondering if anyone could ever love him. Beauty noticed his sadness and walked gently toward him, holding a small bouquet of colorful flowers. She placed the flowers beside him and smiled warmly, showing her kindness. The Beast's expression softened, a gentle smile forming on his face as he felt comforted by her care. Surrounded by the magical glow of the garden, with fountains sparkling and flowers swaying in the soft evening light, they shared a quiet, tender moment, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. One day, Beauty saw in a magical mirror that her father was sick. Her heart filled with worry as she watched him lying in bed, weak and tired. She turned to the Beast and asked gently, "Please let me go home. I promise to return in a week." The Beast looked at her with concern and care, then handed her a glowing magical ring. "Take this ring," he said. "It will bring you home, but return quickly, or I will die of grief." Beauty accepted the ring with hope and determination. Magical light swirled around her as she began her journey, carrying the ring's power with her. Soon, she appeared near her small cottage, the glow fading as she stepped onto the soft grass, ready to care for her father with love and urgency. After returning from the Beast's palace, Beauty carefully cared for her father, helping him regain his strength. Marigold and Dresselinda watched from the doorway, their eyes filled with jealousy. They whispered to each other, plotting a way to keep Beauty away from the palace, secretly holding a small bottle of sleeping potion. While Beauty continued caring for her father, unaware of their plan, the sisters offered her the potion, disguised as something harmless. Trusting them, she accepted it, taking a sip while focused on her father. Slowly, she fell into a deep, peaceful sleep. Her father looked on with concern but remained grateful that she was safe. For 2 days, Beauty slept peacefully, the cozy cottage filled with soft sunlight and quiet calm, as her sister's scheme took effect. Days passed, and Beauty still had not returned. The Beast grew sadder each morning as he waited for her in the garden. He walked through the palace halls remembering their happy moments, hoping she would come back soon. Each night, he stood by the window watching the stars, whispering her name. And when he found a fallen rose petal, he held it gently, fearing his hope was slipping away. While Beauty slept, she dreamed of the Beast, looking sad and lonely in the palace garden. She saw him holding a wilted rose, and her heart ached. In the dream, she reached out to him, wishing she could comfort him. Suddenly, she realized she could not leave him alone and must return. With that thought, she woke up suddenly, sitting upright in her bed, filled with determination to go back to the Beast. Beauty used the magic ring and instantly appeared back at the palace. The moment she arrived, her heart dropped. There, in the middle of the quiet garden, the Beast lay weak and pale, barely able to breathe. Flowers around him had wilted, and the sky looked dimmer, as if the whole palace was mourning. Beauty rushed to him, falling to her knees. She gently lifted his head onto her lap, her hands trembling as she touched his soft brown fur. "Beast, please open your eyes," she cried, her tears falling onto his face. He tried to speak, but no sound came. He was fading. Beauty leaned close, voice breaking. "I love you, Beast. I love you. Please don't leave me." The moment those words left her lips, a warm golden glow suddenly surrounded him. A handsome young prince stand before her, with kind amber eyes and the same gentle expression she knew so well. The prince reached out his hand. "Beauty, your love broke the spell." Beauty smiled through her tears and held his hand tightly. "I'm so glad you're back." Beauty returned to the palace, and the enchanted servants were finally free, transforming back into cheerful people. She ran into her father's arms, and they hugged tightly, both filled with happiness. Her sisters, Marigold and Dresselinda, came forward shyly, feeling sorry for their past jealousy, and Beauty forgave them with a warm smile. The palace garden filled with joy as everyone danced together, Beauty and the prince twirling happily. At night, colorful fireworks lit up the sky above the palace, celebrating love, forgiveness, and the happy ending for everyone.